welcome all of you for the V3 Series 1 episode. I'm very excited to come back on this our V3 online series, and nothing better than the starting and kicking off with a great industry leader, James, who's the Executive VP of Customer Experience at Electra. Good friend, at the same time, a leader I respect a lot, who thinks for today, who thinks for tomorrow, from the customer experience standpoint for their customers. So James, welcome to the V3. I know it is the first one online. I know that you were there for a V3 summit, and happy Friday for all the good reasons. And welcome to you, James. For all our audience, can you just share with us a little bit about your core focus at Electra, your role? And I know that you're all over the great place, you know, anything which touch customer. I hear that from industry, from my connectivity with you, you are there. Just share that high level to the audience, you know, what have you been doing in the past and what's your core focus today?
Perfect, thank you, my friend. So good day, everyone. My name is James Douglas. I'm the EVP of Customer Experience at Electra. So I have customer service, I have metering, AMI, Grid Edge as part of that angle. And this conversation today is very important and dear to my heart, because it's actually a key thing with our strategy moving forward of how we change our engagement and strategy with our customers. How are we looking at new technologies to embrace our journey as we're moving towards electrification and achieving some federal goals that we have on our side. So this is looking forward to this, Deepak, and I'll go into details of what we're doing and so forth, but and then also some of the opportunities and how do you say, you know, struggles that we'll actually, as an industry, we have to work through together. That's
so true. And I think there's no better topic than, you know, to talk about how the AI, you know, will shake up the customer program or customer experience across the board. And I know all of us are talking about ChatGPT. I feel that somehow the ChatGPT shaked up everybody involved the AI can do. And as me and you know that the AI has been part of the industry, multiple industry, and, you know, for a long time. But I feel that the focus after ChatGPT conversation become more in a common audience, and that get extended to all across the enterprise. So I'm really very, very excited to talk about, you know, the AI impact. What do you think from a commercial AI standpoint in the utility industry, and how that today and tomorrow will be shaking up? So in that context, James, you know, I really would like to take 5 or 6 topics to cover it up, and I want to make sure, you know, audience will get to know all the intel from you and all the knowledge sharing you can do, because I think we all are in the industry where we all have to learn from each other. So just on the top of my mind, it's coming. How does Electra utilize today the commercial AI for any of the business operation, you know, you think today?
So great question. So I think from our side right now within Electra, we do have a history of engaging AI, but we more importantly have a vision and focus on how it's going to be engaged going forward. So traditionally in the past, Deepak, what we've been doing with AI has been, you know, like a lot of businesses, very use case specific. Like we're trying to understand how AI can, you know, help from a customer side lens, help from an operational lens. The stuff I'll focus on today is going to be looking at from that customer lens. And but we've you know, big believer in that from the customer side and the customer's journeys within the utility, AI has to be looked at and has to be embraced. We are on a path right now as an industry with electrification that we're trying to achieve, how do you say, environmental goals, you know, for 2050. We're trying to also do this by achieving affordability. And in order to do that, we have to embrace technology a lot more with all of our different processes and journeys and touch points with customers to actually enable them to be more successful with electrification. So what do I mean by that? So it's so from our side, we've been looking at to say, one, we have to start giving customers the experience that they're actually seeing in other industries and what they've come to expect: multiple channels, the same level of engagement on each one of those channels, and then contact centers that are able to help them and provide that next level of detail where they may exhaust it from the AI front. So from that perspective, we're on that path, right? As you know, we're right in the middle of deploying our next generation customer experience platform with SEW, but it's the focus that we have with that platform that is the key. So for us, it's about again, realizing and listening to our customers where those journeys are deficient today, and how are we actually targeting that in there. And the example I'll get into is that what we've realized is that all those different channels, the self-serve aspect of this is critical for the customer. They want to get it so that they, are able to do the same experience that they have with the Amazons and with the Ubers and so forth. That they want to see more of that from their utilities and with the tools that the utilities are providing, which is great. And so that'll give us better visibility and communicate to those customers on the channel of preference related to outages, to opportunities within their home. And then as electrification is coming, we have to embrace our CX platform on how we identify opportunities for customers, right? And that's where the AI part of this comes into place. So for us, we need to look at AI better to foundationally set the knowledge center for our utility. So we're looking at it from a strategy that would say, how do I actually have a knowledge center and look at AI to be that knowledge center platform? So all of our processes are captured in there. So it's aiding the agents from just a context standpoint, where it's analyzing the account for the customer, identifying opportunities for that customer. So it's guiding the agent with opportunities or issues that customer may be having. Whereas in the past, it was how skilled is the agent, right? And is the agent able to identify all these issues, opportunities, be proactive on it? AI is going to be a major source to actually help those agents with those journeys and conversations. But for us, that's, grounding out those messages, those journeys within an enterprise side that then layers into how does the web chat now happen on top of that? How does the chat bots do it? We're trying to make sure that there's connectivity between all three layers, so that that consistent messaging that we're hearing our customers want, whatever channel they come into, whether they're talking to a live agent, is there consistent skill sets, consistent messaging, so that they can get the end state that they're looking for. So for us, we have to look at all those journeys and all those preferred channels that the customers want, and then be able to target that. And that's where AI for us is big. So that's going to take time and effort. Like as we all know, it's AI for everyone is that from the public side of AI, a lot of people are playing with ChatGPT-4 and so forth. But for us, we need to actually make sure that we're establishing our AI strategies internally, private, protected, and so forth within our enterprise environment. And then making sure that we identify how AI is going to be used from that foundational aspect of knowledge within the entire organization. So meaning a process change that takes place, how are we feeding and training the AI so then it populates to what the agents are saying, to what the web chat is saying, to what the chatbots are actually engaging customers on. And so that's a core foundation for us that we see huge opportunity from: one, greater experience, greater journey for the customer; two, giving that as the complexity changes within the contact center, that we're actually giving the tools to our agents that they need to be successful. And most importantly, at the end of this, is making sure that the customers are getting that journey that they're expecting, and also realizing that we're there as their trusted energy partner, and that we're giving them all the information points they need to be successful.
No, I think I cannot underscore what you just said. And I think we always talk about this, the AI in this industry, and when we talk in the context of energy utilities, it's a very vertical and very, very deep. And you rightly said, doesn't matter we take from the business standpoint, doesn't matter we take to the field standpoint, we take from a customer standpoint, that data and analytics gone to the next level. When we are, all of us being part of the industry, go use case by use case rather than more horizontal at the enterprise or the customer, connecting that proactively, that intelligence with that intelligence, and offering that to the both the side. And I know that you are very deep about how you leverage for both the customer and the channels, multiple channel standpoint, but at the same time making your enterprise users, irrespective of their customer agents, doesn't matter their field operations or all the programs. The old time was, we are telling customer what can these are the list of the programs, do whatever best you can do. These are the list of the rates you can do. And I think I don't want to open too much. You have a lot of great plan for your customers and customer experience platform. And we take those innovations, James, we always talk, those innovation of the use case from a depth standpoint, what is important. And I'm looking forward, more and more out of you, and your team to go that. I love that part of your conversation is use case driven AI rather than just horizontal AI, at the enterprise and CX level. So cool. I think we are all looking forward for all that, the new innovations going to come from the utilities, because I feel that vertical AI it's a most important thing beyond the horizontal, because horizontal will feed a purpose till a point, but vertical AI, which we are addressing for both customer and enterprise together, it's a game changer and a big disruptor. So I think let's see, and I think we know that our audience will be more exciting. Will be getting more excited about what this new vertical AI means, and we all talk about the vertical industry and vertical AI. So in that context, when you look around, how you seen the utilities around you, and industry adjusting towards adopting and rise of AI. Definitely, I know as a leader, you talk to a lot of North American and global leaders, and they have a different point of view, and they are adapting in different ways. Just a little bit light on that, what are you seeing around you?
Sure. So around this, we're like, again, it comes down to the maturity level of where the organizations are at with their AI journey. But we are seeing a lot of platform specific, use case specific AI journeys happening right now. So whether it's around understanding opportunities in the home, whether it is disag, identifying faulty appliances, whether it is understanding the right rate patterns and so forth. So we see a lot of people going down those paths, like understanding, using AI to basically help customers understand the how and where those opportunities are within their home. And that's fabulous, right? Is what our customers are needing. And where we're trying to take this stuff to is that, from within our marketplaces, our customers have the right to change their rate plans every single month. Right. And so what we want to be able to do is, as the marketplace changes, we have new rate structures for ultra low EV and time of use block and so forth. But we're trying to make sure that it's instead of the customer hunting and figure this stuff out, is be that partner that basically says, hey, based upon your habits and understanding what you have within your home, here's the ideal rate plan for the month of August. Coming up, would you like us to switch you over to that? Again, engaging them, let them understand, here's the opportunity of savings, and this is what it means. As customers are investing within their home, whether it's through smart appliances, thermostats, whatever, it's how are we identifying the AI to understand how are those being optimized, combining with price plans, combining with demand response opportunities, and to actually, so they're benefiting from it. It's the angle of how do you say, the energy wallet within the home, Deepak. I think that's where the landscape's changing, is that as electrification keeps coming and it's the affordability question is going to come there. So we need to embrace the AI tool sets that allow customers to understand better. Here is what your, based upon your consumption habits and other aspects, here's what your total energy wallet is as a home today. And as you transition more onto electricity, this is what it means and where the opportunities are is your total home energy wallet, right? Because we're in this one conversation of just the electric bill. We have to be able to engage them and use our AI tool sets so they understand how is their home energy wallet looking and what are the right opportunities within their home. All that analysis is tools that are out there today. Again, they're doing it very use case specific. But what we want to start seeing is how do we bring those in to the enterprise level so that it is seen from a customer's lens, from an operational lens, and presenting the information in a useful format to the customers. The example there is just going to be when they come in, that the CX platform is letting them understand of what is the total opportunity in my home. Is it $300? And what does that actually break down? Because we don't do that today. We don't say you have $300 of opportunity Deepak within your home. That is combined of a different rate plan. It's combined of utilizing your thermostats differently within your home. It's combined on a demand response program offered by the utility. It is very dependent on a very skilled contact center person to understand all those opportunities when they engage the customer. We need the tools and the AI to actually formulate that story, tell the story to the customer. And so that this affordability side is they're looking to the utility as, again, that trusted energy partner on how they optimize their home, whether it's their financial goal or whether it's their environmental goal that they're trying to achieve.
No, I love that, James. I think this really, we all talk in the industry, and I think I know that Electra is already on that journey. When we talk in the context of AMI 2.0, more data, more real-time connectivity from customer to the grid, and then you bring it back, all the data, you have all that intel available, and how you connect the dots between the grid assets, which is meters for sure, and all the grid assets with the customer and the field operations and the connected platform. I think that's our always hot topic we talk about. I think what is bringing across the board, as you said, the more and more proactive intelligence to the operations, to the customer, and pretty much to the industry itself, to offer customer the more affordable rate plan, to be more driving saving, because all other AIs, and I've been talking to some of the other industry people, they are all looking the AI to leverage, to sell more, to have their product available more faster to the customer in context of selling. And I think we are in this industry for good reasons. We are in the reverse engineering, and we are saying, please save more, please be more environment friendly, to pretty much reduce your CO2 emission, be using the green. So we have a more variable as industry, along with the pressure of reliability and affordability. And I love that, when you connect all these dots together in the context of the customer, because customers are eventually paying with respect to what customers are paying out of their wallet. And if we can be intelligent about that and pretty much offer them proactively in all the channel, take your decision, you are powered by Electra, definitely the CX platform, and we are here for you. And I think I always hear that I'm bringing your own voice over it, but I think it's a really exciting for all of us to see that, how these three entities, grid assets, the field operations, and the customer, connecting the dots and bringing the data and AI is playing a big role from both customer and enterprise standpoint. I'm getting more and more excited. I'm sorry, I get into, and we always get excited when we have our one-on-one conversation about that. But when, James, you see all that, definitely technology is playing a big role. Doesn't matter if you're talking about the data connectivity from IoT devices, irrespective of AMI 2.0, meter, grid assets, and all, and the home devices, EV and smart mobility is playing big role, because customers are going to have bigger wallet to pay to the utilities as a customer. So you'd see that multiple areas having a multiple great variability, bringing back to the grid. And the grid is definitely going to be getting an unpredictable loads from different customer types, So you definitely, for sure, seeing that there's a potential use of AI, in multiple cases, when you look from a customer program standpoint and seeing that technology continue to get penetrated into the more proactiveness and improve what you really want to do rather than pretty much traditional way, which we all love that. We want to continue doing that, making the customer call and sending the SNAL bills and all, versus bringing them to all the digital channels and making that real. Can you just share that? Which are those areas in customer or your enterprise area where you see the AI development is happening a little bit more faster than the other areas?
So right on the grid edge. So right now, to your point, so the problem that we're trying to solve right now is with the EV marketplace and then the penetration of that, we're looking at it to say, how does our distribution network keep up with that, and so that we're not just doing a traditional overbuild? How are we using technology to actually, from a customer lens and then from an operations lens, do it that we can, enable that marketplace, but not do it in our traditional overbuild manner. So the example is that, so with our AMI2 investment, we have grid edge capability now. And then, but we have to combine that with the customer's journey. Traditionally, we try and solve all these problems from an operational viewpoint. We got a demand response. We shall do it specifically. The lens we're trying to do it now is to engage those customers more, to basically say the set and forget mentality, Deepak, that, and we've done pilots on this with dynamic pricing in the past, and where it is basically based upon rate plans and investments in the customer's home, and then operationally, how are we're able to monitor that load at that transformer. So as more EVs get penetrated, our AMI2 investments allow us to understand the impact on operational assets. So from the, and then if we're seeing decisions that need to be made, we can actually engage and reach into the home. But what does that mean? It means that the customer has to be able to identify their pain threshold points that they want to participate in a market in, so that it is something that they want to continue. So the traditional approaches that we have is going to be, all right, I will shed load specifically on that device, pool pump, and or on an EV. But where we want the AI to actually embrace more on this is actually understand the characteristics of that home and the journeys of the customers and the rules. So we want to see it that it is more that I got an operational goal that I have to achieve. I have to shed load to protect an asset. But sure, the other side, do not lose the focus of the customer's journeys, because if we're going to keep them engaged on the electrification front, we need to recognize what they want to do. So meaning, I got to charge my EV, I got to get out and go see a doctor's appointment. And so what does that mean for us? So it means that we have to do smarter tools at the grid edge and stronger AI that basically identifies and say, hey, I realize you just plugged in your EV, but I know the rule sets in place that says I'm allowed from permission from the customer to take control of AC, take control of pool pump, whatever, to achieve the house goal of load reduction we're trying to achieve. This is a different engagement with customers than we have today. Is bringing them as part of the equation. How do they participate from a transactive energy side? That when we're looking for, whereas the system operator looking for events, or whether it's taking power from the Ford Lightning at the home and supplying it back into the grid, and or load shedding in order to achieve goals, how are they benefiting from it? And also by benefiting in it, how are we taking into account their lifestyle habits, and so that we're maximizing the investments in their home to achieve our goals, but not impacting what they're doing, or we're going to lose them, right? And that's the part that we're trying to recognize, and that's where we need the combination of strong CX platforms, strong grid edge monitoring and control capabilities, and then the AI in the background that is using these tools, that's actually realizing and monitoring and then creating that, the analysis and and actioning that achieves two sides of the fence, not just from a utility side of the fence.
No, I think, James, there is no more, I think, question about, we are we already entered into with the e-mobility, the high unpredictable demand and that unpredictable demand when we look to the grid assets, it is very, very, it's create a big variability itself, and I think we both know that the core focus for the industry is to how to secure, these assets to not to get overloaded, and still provide. And I think a lot of people, for good reasons, not understand how complex it is, to operate electric company, which definitely you and Brian and the broader team do that to provide 24/7 reliable service. I know that I always quote that a lot of people are too much passionate about Apple of the world and Google of the world and Amazon of the world. I'm sorry to say, but for me, the most important industry is electric, water, gas, this industry, and for sure, this is an industry without which we cannot even innovate and live at home. And I think you and all the leaders in the industry making sure we all will get that reliable service 24/7. But at the same time, when the customers are having all these new assets coming in, and the demand from your side, is you've seen that going up, there's no better solution than make the system intelligent and make the customer intelligent and make the customer real-time connected to the grid, and we talked about this, the concept of grid 360 to the customer 360, it's that variability and the dimensions keep connecting and it's going to be more and more complex, and there is no way, a human brain or a human can take that decision. We definitely need technology and we need the AI to help across. And I love that, because I don't want to talk in the public domain a lot about all the Electra and your plant in terms of how deep Electra is into the end-to-end use case and the customer journey and grid journeys. Right. And combining that, I'm excited for the industry because I think Electra will be definitely industry leader to provide that proactive innovation to solve that complex problem, which a lot of people either not even looking and not even try to solve. And I get more excited SCW being a partner in that journey and getting the direction and inputs from James, from you and a lot of other industry leaders. But definitely, I know that Electra is driving that direction towards in the right way. So I'm more excited about that. So in that context, when you look more AI, more technology penetration in the industry, what are the ethical and logistic challenge you see? From your point of view, not only Electra, but industry will have pretty much going to make AI become more available, not just for the business, but more and more for the customer. And I know that you highlighted some of the area, but just one more click into it,
Yeah, so let's focus on the contact center. So the opportunity the AI gives us with strong chatbot solutions is that we can, 95% of our transactions we can actually successfully complete with chatbots. But I think what we have to make sure is clear when we're engaging those customers is that they understand that they actually are talking to AI, right? And that they have the means to get to that agent and so forth along the way. We don't want to mislead customers with this journey, right? We want to make sure they understand who they're talking to, where is this information coming from, and there'll be those customers that see that and they're used to that, and there's comfort with that, right, and what they're getting. But there's a an evolution of this and where the comfort zones are with customers. So we see the opportunity we have to get efficiencies within our business because we're trying to do more, right? And so affordability is that factor, right? But as we go down that path of achieving those efficiencies, we have to make sure it's clear to the customers of who they're engaging with, where is that information coming from, right? And then what's it based on? And that also that if they don't lose trust in that information source, and also the right to get to those live agents who then can walk them through if based upon the conversation point that they have. So for us, it's embrace technology, but make sure it's clear how you're utilizing technologies to your customers. Don't mislead anyone around that path. And then again, it's the other side of it is that we have to always protect the privacy side of this, and then also respect how customers want to be engaged as well. So not force information on people because the AI has detected it. It's recognizing those different personas to realize that this is how this customer wants to be engaged, the preferred channel, preferred types of information, right? And because there's going to be people that they're passionate about affordability, passionate about how they're using electricity and the environmental impact of their choices. But there's others that they may want minimal engagement. The reliability is the most critical aspect to them, and so focus on that. So I think it's knowing our customers, listening to our customers, but also being clear to our customers of how we're using AI to them, so they don't feel like they're being misled with of who they're engaging with on their preferred channel.
I love that, James, because I'm going to be sharing with you this quick 1 or 2 minute story about, we launch our AI powered, definitely our CX platform was always AI powered, from graduating from all the way from analytics to AI. But we launched our chatbot around 3.5 years back, and I will not put the name of the utility, on this is a North American utility. And I'll tell you where I got very excited. We've gone live, and definitely we are a tech platform company, industry focus, keep doing globally, for all the good reasons. 400 plus energy provider, 1 billion people, that's good. But when I got pretty much an email from the customer, the senior vice president of this North American utility, 4.2 million customer they are running on a bot. They got 1.4 million customer request, transfer back to the bot. And the bot was able to answer 98.4% accuracy, and it was true, rightly said, the utilities made sure the customer know that they have a choice to talk to the agent on the chat or call center, if they want, because the time was odd, so that's why they are not available, or the bot. And customer choose the bot. And then the bot was able to answer 98.4% accuracy. And I love that, when we talk about the technology, it's not about saying we can do it, but for us, it was always not only you have a FAQ to answer what I can do. We were able to transact between the system by leveraging AI and RPA and integration layer to have the customer start their service from the bot, going through the whole process with the bot, able to make payment arrangement through the bot. It's like, and signing up the program. And I love that, and again, it is only possible when industry leaders like you have that pretty much a determination to get the technology in the right way, more ethical, right way to make sure customers, enterprise get the benefit. And I know that you already made that statement, about the AI and the technology penetration in the industry. It's truly very important. And I feel that it's bringing the utilities very near to the customer. It is no more that transaction. We send the bill and we good to go and we collect the money. It's okay. It's beyond that. We talked about it, more than 400 use cases and journey when we really look the lens and microscope of the customer. So James, I know that we have a limited time of 30 minutes. I can keep talking, and I know that you will keep talking because you have such a great background experience, and you're running such a big organization and a big, huge customer base. But I really want to thank you for your time. It's like really, it was great knowing from you all the great stuff Electra and the industry is doing from AI standpoint, both for enterprise and the customer. Anything you want to put as a closing statement, love to take it. Otherwise, I have to thanks, to the Z Prime team and everybody from W3 to have this, session set it up. And I'm more excited, more and more sessions are going to come with a lot of industry leader, but there's nothing better than kicking start with you, and who's always, with a great energy, with a great smile, always there.
So no, thank you. So the only thing I would say is that, it's our IT leaders, Julia is her digital journey on this and understanding the importance of AI is critical here. So for us, it's all the aspect of, as the business units, we have to make sure our use cases are clear. It's embracing with our IT team and the digital strategy that we're trying to accomplish of how we all see the opportunities with AI. And it comes down to how do we change it from a legacy approach of a solving an individual problem to look at it with this enterprise lens so that we can train the AI, benefit it throughout the entire organization, not just that one use case we said that we wanted to solve from a business unit. So it's I got to, got to give credit to our team on that front. They're actively marching down that path. We have to work together all as a team to understand how do we actually achieve those end goals of the customer and of the operation. But I think from our company standpoint is that this is a key element to our success going forward with what we call strategy 2.0. And, is identifying the right partners, the right problems we're trying to solve, and embrace this technology because it's going to be a clear opportunity for everyone to benefit from.
No, thank you, James. And I really want to underscore Julia and Linus from your team, being always, and definitely a lot of other leaders, who's driving that along with you and Brian. So thank you, James, for your time. And thank you, Z Prime, SCW and W3 team, for arranging that and looking forward for other sessions. Thank you.